Good evening. This is the New Dawn FM News in English, read to you by Dolores Talasi. First, the headlines. ABG House of Representatives approves 16 million kina supplementary budget to support the Bougainville state of emergency to combat COVID-19. Parliamentary Emergency Committee established, Mailai roadblock removed, Torokina people lack effective communication service, Education Minister suggests education to continue on air, and Baubake constituency COVID-19 team set to conduct awareness. Now the news in detail. The ABG House of Representatives today approved 16.6 million kina to continue to combat the coronavirus in Bougainville. The 16 million kina has been allocated as follows: 7.5 million kina for state of emergency operations, disaster and emergency relief 5 million kina, education support 500,000 kina, constituency COVID-19 monitoring program 2 million kina, others 1.6 million kina. According to the Finance Minister, Robin Wilson, this budget was framed to change in ABG expenditure priorities to address the coronavirus pandemic, which is wiping out the population of this world. The PNG and the ABG government have declared state of emergencies in order to monitor and control the spread of coronavirus, which infects and kills. He said that in order to fund the emergency expenditure, we have reduced capital expenditure under the restoration and development grants, then reappropriated to this priority expenditure. The House adjourned this afternoon to Thursday next week to discuss issues regarding the ABG 2020 general elections. The Autonomous Bougainville House of Representatives has appointed the Parliamentary Select Committee yesterday to work with the State Controller and the Ministerial Task Force. The establishment of the Parliamentary Emergency Committee was established in subject to Section 71(1)(c) of the Bougainville Constitution and inconsistent with the Bougainville's Emergency Act 2006 Section 14. The Parliamentary Emergency Committee comprises of 5 members as Honorable Robert Tika Tulsa as the chairman of the committee, Honorable Fidelis Semoso, Honorable Stephen Topesi, Honorable Isabella Beta, and Honorable Christopher Kenna. Members of the Parliamentary Emergency Committee will monitor on behalf of the House of Representatives the management of the emergency and the need for an operations of the emergency legislations. The members are to report to the House of Representatives on the management of the emergency and the need for an operation of the emergency legislation. They are also to present to the House of Representatives a statement as to whether the declared Bougainville emergency should continue. The Parliamentary Emergency Committee will exercise from time to time the powers and functions and follow the appropriate procedures for conduct of committee proceedings as provided for in Chapter 5 of the Standing Orders. The 2-week-old roadblock at Mailai Bridge in Buin, South Bougainville was removed today. Chairman of the Tonolei Community Government, Bruno Laita, told New Dawn FM from Buin that his people have agreed to remove this roadblock after they had a successful meeting with the member and Minister for Police, Willie Masio. The chairman said that the roadblock was set up to get the attention of the ABG to address issues that have been disturbing the peace and normalcy in Kono for many years. Mr. Laita said that his people have been calling for assistance from their government, the NGOs, and the UN, but their calls have fallen on deaf ears over the years. He said that his people will reconcile with their member this Saturday and work out the way forward for his people. You are listening to the New Dawn FM News. Member for Torokina Honorable Stephen Swaku declared during the Parliament session that the Torokina constituency is far behind in terms of receiving information as it is lacking communication services. Honorable Swako said current happenings in and around Bougainville and the world as a whole does not reach the people of Torokina immediately. He said people of Torokina are receiving information as late as a week and is a major problem, especially in this crucial period of time where COVID-19 is widely raging the world countries. He said people need to be informed daily from the authorities and need to know what is happening around the world. Honorable Swako appealed to the minister responsible to consider the issue so that communication service can be established in that area. Minister for Economic Development and Member for Selau, Honorable Joseph Watawi, suggested during Parliament session that it's a must that students should continue their education through radio during the extension of the state of emergency. Honorable Watawi said government must utilize radio stations and introduce school on air so that lessons can be broadcasted and students can continue to learn during the extension period. Supporting the minister's suggestion, Minister for Education Thomas Pataku read out a statement from the National Department of Education emphasizing on teachers to use 3 modes of ways to disseminate lessons to students. He said the National Department of Education shall be using radio, television, and internet in the dissemination of lessons and assignments. Honorable Pataku said broadcasting on radio will be the suitable option for Bougainville to effectively reach out to students in the rural and isolated areas. He said children's education is very important, that the government should start planning on this issue. The Boubaké constituency COVID-19 awareness team is ready to carry out a 1-week intensive awareness starting next week. Team leader Dr. Joseph Mautu said the team is ready and well prepared to disseminate important information about COVID-19 to the people in the Boubaké constituency. As scheduled, the team will be covering 2 locations each day. One location from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. and the other location from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. The awareness will commence on Monday 13th of April at Nakore and Kanaro. Dr. Mautu appealed to all ward members and chairmen within the Boubaké constituency to organize their people ready for the awareness. This has been the New Dawn FM News in English. You can also see our news on www.bougainvillenews.com, www.bougainville.typepad.com. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter. You can also listen to us on New Dawn FM YouTube page. On behalf of the news team, I am Dolores Talasi. You have a pleasant evening.